Evaluate 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 5. The answer to this is 8. Let t be the number you write, the number that you will receive. The number you will receive. The average of the 5 numbers here is m. The average of these 4 numbers is n. What is n minus m? In these math contests, this t is the answer to the previous question. So if you remember, the answer to the previous question was 8. All right, so let's tackle this one. 12 plus 15 plus 9 plus 14 plus 10, all divided by 5 is m. And that basically, if you do the calculation, is 12. And then calculating that, 24 plus t, but I'm going to put it right in since t is 8, plus another 8 plus 12, all divided by 4, that's n. And when you do that math, that's 13. So n minus m is pretty straightforward. That's going to be 13 minus 12, which is 1. T this time is the answer to the previous question, which is 1. The lines with equations y equals 13 and y equals 3x plus t intersect at AB. What is the value of A? So let's see here. We've got x-axis, y-axis, y equals 13. So this is 13, and that's the line y equals 13. Okay, the other one is y equals 3x plus t. Now t is 1, so that's my equation. So I guess to get the intersection, I really don't even need the graph. I just substitute 13 for y and just solve, I guess. So 3x plus 1, that's going to be 3x is 12, and therefore x is 4. And if x is 4, then that means the value of A is 4, right? Because that's the intersection point. That's the x coordinate of the intersection point. So A is 4. If 2 to the power of k plus 4 is 1024, what is the value of k? All right. Well, the first thing I want to do is convert that 1024 to a power of 2, and I believe that's 2 to the power of 10. So then that just becomes k plus 4 is 10, and very quickly you can figure out that k is equal to 6. T is the answer to the previous question, so that means t is 6. If 2t plus 2x minus t minus 3x plus 4x plus 2t is 30, what is the value of x? All right, well, when I do this, simplify this equation, I get 3t plus 3x is 30. And therefore, if I divide through by divide through by 3, I'll get t plus x is 10. Well, t is 6, so therefore that means that x is 4. And that's it. T therefore would be 4. In the diagram, angle BAE is equal to angle CBE equal to DCE, which is 90. AE is root 5, AB is root 4, BC is root 3, CD is root 8, or root 4 I should say, since T is 4. What is the length of DE? Alright, so this is a chain of Pythagorean theorems here. So this is root 5, this is root 4. You can use Pythagoras to figure out BE, it'll be 3. And you guys know how to do that. I don't need to walk you through Pythagoras. And then this is root 3, so again you can calculate CE with Pythagoras and it'll be root 12. And then CD they gave me as root T. Now T is 4, so that's going to be 2. And then of course with Pythagoras, DE will be 4, I believe. Yeah, 4. So it would be DE squared is 2 squared plus root 12 all squared. And then that's going to be 4 plus 12, which is 16. And therefore, DE would be the root of 16, which is 4. And that's it. ABC has vertices, ABC. These ones, what is the area? Let's draw the graph, and let's see what we can get here. So we got x coordinate, y coordinate. Minus 1 and 2. Minus 1 and 2. So let's just attempt to make it somewhat to scale. So that's going to be A, minus 1 and 2. B, 5, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. So there's B. This is 5. And then minus 4 minus 3. So minus 4 minus 3. Okay, so let's connect the dots to make, this is C, by the way. So that's my triangle. Okay, area would be 1/2 base times height. I'll use AB as the base. And then the height, well, I guess the height would be from C up until there, up until that line. So that looks to me like we're going from minus 3 to plus 2, so that's 5. Yeah, and then AB, that's going from minus 1 to 5, so that's 6. So 1/2 times 6 times 5, and that is 15. T is 15. In last night's 75-minute choir rehearsal, Canada's Totally Musical Choir spent 6 minutes warming up, 30 minutes learning notes, 10 minutes learning words, and the rest of the rehearsal singing their pieces. And if the choir spent n% of the rehearsal singing their pieces, what is the value of n? So we have 75 minutes, and we're dividing it 6 for something, warming up 30 for learning T, which is 15 for learning the words. This is learning notes, learning words, and then N for singing. Now, we can easily figure out N by subtracting from 75 the 6, 30, the 15. And when you do, you get 24. And what are they asking? What is the value? N%. Okay. The value of N is 24. Wait, hold on. Let me think about this. This is the number of minutes. Yeah, so maybe I shouldn't write N. That might be a little confusing. They want to figure out the percentage of compared to the total number of minutes. So 24 over 75, that's what they want. And that's 32. And I'm assuming that is what they want as N%. Okay, so 32%. So let's first just write down our T. It's 32, answer to the previous question. In the diagram, the number that goes in each unshaded box above the bottom row is the sum of the numbers in the two unshaded boxes immediately below to the left and to the right. For example, 23 is 9 plus 14. What is the value of x minus y? Well, I guess we have to place all these in. So this is y plus 9. This is x plus y, and so on. This is 8 plus x. And then this box would be the sum of this and this. So that's going to be 8 plus 2x plus y. And then similarly, this box would be the sum of that and that. So that's going to be y plus 32, I believe. And then you guys get the hang of it. That one is going to be 5x plus 4y plus 8. And then this final one there would be 3x plus 4y plus 32. Okay, so now that we have that filled in, we got to now start making equations here. Well, this guy is equal to this box and this box. So let's put that in. 3x plus y is equal to x plus y plus 9. So when you simplify this, it becomes 9 is equal to 2x plus y. And I'll just call that equation 1. My hope is that I will need it later on. Okay, what else can I do here? This t up top here, which is 32, by the way, since it's the answer to the previous question. So let me should I put it in right away or should I wait? I'll wait. It's this guy and this guy. So t will be 5x plus 4y plus 8 plus 3x plus 4y plus 32. Okay, so simplifying this gives me 8x plus 8y plus 40. And, what do I do now? I guess just isolate for t, put everything on one side, so it'd be t minus 40 over 8 would be x plus y. And let's call this equation 2. Okay, now where do I go from here? I guess I have to, because I have 3 variables and only 2 equations. That's the problem. Actually, no, I don't have 3 variables because t is 32. So I only have 2 variables. Okay, I got it. Okay, so let's do a 1 minus 2, equation 1 minus equation 2. That's going to be, we're going to have 2x plus y minus x minus y, and on the other side it'll be 9 minus t over 8 minus 5, or plus 5, sorry. And then when you simplify this, the y's disappear, and that just gives you 14 minus t over 8. And therefore x would be, since t is 32, 14 minus 32 over 8 is 4, so x is 10. Great. What are we trying to figure out in this question? X minus y. Okay. Okay, so then I just figure out y, then I can just substitute into there. So 9 would be 2 times 10 plus y. So y would be I believe 9 minus 20 is minus 11. Okay, so then now the x minus y, which is what we're trying to figure out, x minus y would be 10 minus 11, and that is 21. And that is the answer. What is the surface area of the rectangular prism with edge lengths 2, 3, and 4? Well, surface area would be 2 times 2 times 3 plus 2 times 3 times 4 plus 2 times 2 times 4. And therefore that, when you do the math, is 52. T is 52. In the diagram, line segments A, B, and CD are parallel. AB intersects EF at V, GF at W, CD intersects EF at Y, and GF at Z. If AVE is 72, EFG is T, and GZD is X, what is the value of X? Okay, so we got to do some angle chasing here. So this guy in here was going to be 72. That's going to be X. And then that's going to be X. These are all based on basic rules of angles. And T is 52. So in that triangle, this one right here, T plus 72 plus X is 180. Now T is 52. So 52 plus 72 plus X is 180. And therefore, X would be 56. T is 56. Determine the number of integers with b greater than 0 for which 30t is divisible by b factorial. We want 30 times t to be divisible by b factorial, so that becomes an integer. Okay, well, t is 56, so 30 times 56, the prime factorization of that is 2 to the power of 4, 3 to the power of 1, 5 to the power of 1, and 7 to the power of 1. So basically what this is just 2 to the power of 4 times 3 times 5 times 7, all divided by p factorial. And b factorial obviously has to include some of those primes in order for that to result in an integer. All right, and let's see here. Is there any parameters? Just tell you that b is greater than 0. Okay, well, in order, b is greater than 0, okay, that helps, but b also has to be less than this entire number, which is 1680. This number is 1680. Yeah, because if b was greater than 1680, this would not be an integer anymore, it would be a fraction. Okay, so that's still an extremely long range, but let's see what happens. B factorial, And then what happens when you actually divide that 1680 by this b factorial? Is it an integer? Is it an integer? Yes or no? I'm putting a question mark there. Okay, let's see what happens. But actually, this shouldn't be so bad because we're not dividing by b, we're dividing by b factorial. So it should happen pretty quickly. 1 is 1, and this is going to be 1680. So this is yes. Yes is the answer. This is 2, this is 4, and yes, that would be an integer. And you guys can figure out what is the number. It's not really that important. Okay, 3, that'd be 6, and can we get a 6? Yeah, you really just have to look at these numbers. Can you get a 6 out of there? And the answer is yes. There's a 2 and there's a 3. So yes there. 4 will be 24. Can I get a 24 out of there? And the answer is yes. 8 times 3 would do it. So that's a yes. 5 would be 120. Okay, this one, let's see here. 120. 5 would bring it down to 24. And then yes, of course. So there you go. And then the 6, I think, 720, that is a no. And then anything greater than a 6, like if you do 7, you get 5040. So this should have, you know what? I think this should have been a b factorial. Yeah, because you're not dividing by b, you're dividing by b factorial. Well, it doesn't really matter. I figured it out. At this point, once b is 7, then b factorial is larger than 1680, and therefore that would make this whole thing a fraction. So that means we only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yeses, and therefore these 5 corresponding integers are the only ones for which the conditions of the questions will be met. So the answer to this question, the number of integers, is 5.